Relax your shoulders and straighten your back. And
All right, it's high time in the morning 10. I just show you short meditation called water meditation, and then practice it together for a while.
relax your shoulders and straighten your back. And take a deep breath. The water of a river is cold in the winter, so let's make it spring weather. I believe you have seen a spring stream or river before. There might be a stream where you played in your childhood. Please have an image of that river. Or if you live in the city, imagine a stream that you saw on a trip to the countryside. Please imagine a stream flowing. Are you ready? Now imagine yourself flowing on the stream. The point is to abandon your thoughts, to think nothing. And without distraction, flow with the water. That is important. Now please begin. Okay, please open your eyes. How was it? I believe that you had a specific image, or maybe you had nostalgic scenery in your mind.
Maybe
Perhaps the scenery was something you had forgotten for a while.
next time, but I want
Your mind will somehow go back to the good old days.
yeah.
I believe you recalled your memories of a stream where your parents or your friends were playing with you.
Months.
Those times are very important. Also, water has the power to straighten out your mind. The image of water functions to purify your mind.
Schedule August 14 or
So seminars are often held near water at Happy Science.
all right. Okay.
Also, you can purify your mind by just imagining water flowing.
Okay. Either way, 14, 21.
Yeah, no matter.
Okay, right. Maybe later Roland is coming, so I'm confirming it
When today?
with him. Yeah, today.
Okay.
Maybe he's late. Okay, so we're gonna start today's service with reciting two words spoken by Buddha together. Yes. Today's book. Yeah. Okay, so let's recite two words spoken by Buddha. Let's think about the lower control statue. The two words spoken by Buddha, Ryuho Okawa. There used to be the light in the great universe. The light is the energy of Buddha. People can live by this energy, and Buddha's energy has made human history. It will be supplied eternally. This eternal light comes from heaven and prevailed on earth. This is the light of heaven. Through the prism of Buddha, there appear the seven colors of rainbow, arching over in the sky. Here you can see Buddha's mercy. Yellow is the color of teaching. White is the color of saving. Red is the color of justice. Purple is the color of obedience. Blue is the color of thinking. Green is the color of harmony. Silver is the color of progress. These seven colors help each other, and they appear as Buddha land. Buddha land is shining brightly because of gathering of bodhisattvas. This is a land of love, or the land of mercy. This is a land of wisdom, or the land of teaching. Especially, this is a land of souls. Rest in peace. We also are the children of Buddha. The children of Buddha became real human beings. Real human beings have spirituality. The spirits are immortal powers. The spirits are immortal forces. The spirits are real entities. The physical bodies are shadows of the spirit. It measures the boat sailing down the great river. The great river is a symbol of a course of lives. Each of you sails down at a small boat, so you need a boatman. If you burn up for your own boatman, you surely go aground. This boatman really means your mind. If your mind makes a mistake, the boat breaks into pieces by a large rock, and you also need a bamboo pole. This pole is the meaning of the true words. When you go down the rapid stream, you need to path in a stream. Then you can change your course. The true words means the teaching of Buddha. Buddha enlightened and spoke the true words, and Buddha's teaching became a gold mine. This gold mine suggests various teachings. These are another expression of Buddha's truth. It brightens up your days. Or to put it another way, the fruits of Buddha's mercy. All of you, now here listen to me. Never lose your way, now and forever. The guiding hand has already waved. Please follow this white hand and go steady on and on. Your lives are not limited to this world only. They have three aspects: the past, the present, the future. Your path have already gone by, yet still your mistakes will be kept in your minds. That is a reason why you should understand other people, and you yourself should reflect on what you have done. You and others are not different. On the contrary, both are children of Buddha and brothers and sisters. Now then, love each other. Let us bring up each other, and it's time to forgive each other. This is eternal law, which penetrates the present and the future. Yes, indeed, the light of the dark night. The dark night of this world is hell. It is also the same in another world. Since we came down to this world, the sun of the truth is scheduled to rise. Now we are watching rising sun. It will show light to the future, to invite sad people to Buddha land. Now here I command. There shall not be conflict in this world. There shall not be distrust in this world. There shall not be crime in this world. There shall not be evil spirit in this world. There shall not be the devil in the next world. Only the ideal world. Utopia shall be realized. All of the people love each other, live harmoniously, believing in one another. The world is utopia. All of us could be the light of bodhisattvas, believing that the light has reality, believing that love has reality, believing that the truth has reality. These are the facts that should be conveyed. We, the light of bodhisattvas, get together, work together to keep right mind and live in tune with Buddha's words. Here we vow to do so. Hey, thank you so much. Today, as you took, we're gonna go into developmental stages of love, the original theory today. This is a book written by Master Hokawa in his 20s, yeah. Yes. So before founded Happy Science, he was working for the trade company, trade house, yeah. And then he graduated his university at his 24, and after that, maybe the March, at the end of his university days, March 23rd, he attained great enlightenment. So that was his 24-year-old age. Yeah, before entering the trade house company. Yeah. So actually, so he got great enlightenment at the end of his school days and entered the trade house. 1 year passed. At his 25, he moved to New York for working at the Wall Street as an officer in the trade house. So at the moment this was written. This was written, and then this was found by his wife right now. And this has poems, and then it's including a poem about the future wife. It says, future wife will find this book, this copy, this script in my youth, and she will find it to reveal this book to the public. So that was happening right now. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, actually this is meant to be published. Actually, this last year in Japanese, this year in English. Last year was an anniversary year after his Great Enlightenment, 1981. So it passed 30 years. 30 years from his Great Enlightenment, and then 25 years from founding Happy Science. So last year was an anniversary year to publish this significant book. And it is now, I feel, developmental stages of love. Now we can learn. It's very high time to learn this book, because this teaching is spreading to all over the world, toward 164 countries right now. And we are now facing the reality. This country is accepting this truth or not. Yes. Because of the strong faith in Christianity, people cannot believe in this teaching easily, but you are chosen to be here. And this teaching, developmental stages of love, tries to combine Buddhism from Eastern civilization and Christianity from the Western civilization together. Yeah, this is a concept to combine those of two civilizations. But that was planned in his 25 years old, 1977 or something. Yeah, it's astonishing. Then now is the time to do so, to practice it. So we are now learning about it today, deeper into it. Anyway, by the way, congratulations on your birthday, Lori. Yeah, happy birthday, same as Master Furukawa. I don't know about your age, well, but older than Master Furukawa or younger? I don't know.
He's older.
He's
Like 4 years, I think.
okay. All right. So anyway, congratulations. Very same
4 or
day.
5 years.
Okay. So let's go into the preface and afterword of this book. So you know how mature he was at his younger 25 to 28 years old through this book. So the essays I wrote between the age of about 25 and 28 happened to be found by his wife. Yeah, they are short papers that I wrote in my spare time when I worked for a trading house. This is a part of preface. And then next, afterward, there is a profound meaning in how this book begins with my short essay written in New York, because it's about love in terms of Christianity teaches. So he wrote this essay in an atmosphere filled with concept of love in this country, not in Japan. So this is such a great significance in this book. A businessman working for an international trading house was contemplating the monism of love. How can such a person be described? My physical body was in the third dimensional world, but my mind was trying to soar up infinitely high. Yeah, so you know, the financial work is much hard, maybe as possibly exist in this world. So maybe it's kind of killing job, but he at the same time stays calm in his state of mind when working hard. So this is our master. Actually, he wrote a poem after work, maybe at midnight, conversing with high spirit. Yeah, that was, he had a very calm state of his mind. Yeah. So let's listen to Master's lecture on this book, how hard to grasp this book is. Yes, maybe he says no one, even in staff of Happy Science, cannot understand fully about this book yet. So let's learn about this.
Q はですね、立秋記念日記念発刊になっております。この愛の発展談解説、建設は愛の発展談解説についての話をしようと思っております。これは前書きとか後書きにも書いてありますけれども、本来ならこれが一冊目の本になってもいいものでありまして、宗教家として立つ前に仕事の傍ら少しずつ、書き溜めていたもので、出版するということは考えてはなかったんですが、最後40周年、立秋35周年、の今年にですね、いくつか学生時代の原稿とかが見つかったのと同じに、見つかったものの一つ、これは多分最後になるものだと思うんです。で、他にもですね、例えば、詩集とかですね、レフトオーバーとか、青春の卵とか、私のパンセとかも出てますし、俳句短歌修作ノート、人生ノート、青春短編作品集、現実無双、そしてイデアの世界、小説サリオ悲しみを調べようと、こんなの書いてたっていうのはちょっと私も忘れていたぐらいのものがちょっとよく保管されてたらしくて出てきたので、原稿を整理して本年出版してるんです。その多分最後になるもので論考としてあったものですね。だから一つはすごく短いです。おそらくは大抵の場合仕事終わって帰って寝るまでの間のひとときをとっていたものではないかと思います。あるいは少し中に少し書いたものがあるけど、長いものはそんなにありませんね。ただ現時点で見直してみますと、この自分の考えの、出発点はかなりはっきりしておりまして、この本にあたる原稿を書いている時にはまだ霊言史は出てないんですよね。で、書いてあるのは25歳から28歳までの間ぐらい の原稿です。霊言書が出たのは多分29歳になった年の7月の末だったと思うんですね、最初出たのはね。だから、これ28歳までの手記なので、その間に考えたことが出てますわね。本当はこれがまとめて一冊で最初出るべきであったのかなと思います。霊言書から順番出ていったので、やや、理解のされ方はちょっと不本意だったかもしれませんけれども、結構厳しかった。だからその頃の、ニューヨークのちっちゃな作品ですけども、ちっちゃな文章とかがちらっと入ってはいて、本書の最初に愛知県とかいう1980年10月11日ニューヨークの世界って書いてありますけども、私たちの住んでいる世界は愛知県の世界であるって書いてある。変わった書写なんですよね。こんなことを書いてる人がいたということで、前編読んでみましても、愛についてこれだけいろんな角度から分析しつつ書いたっていう人は、私を知ってるものとしてはちょっとありません。そういう恋愛小説とかなのが愛について書いてる、全体的に書いてるということはあり得るとは思うんですけど、ある意味ではちょっとこれは哲学に近い領域まで入った思想であるんで、思想なしは哲学に属するものだと思います。そういう意味ではなかったし、学生時代まででもこう一生懸命自分の参考になるようなものはないかいろいろ探して読んでたんです。あんまりないし、キリスト教系のその牧師さん神父さんみたいな人が、ちょっと愛について書いてるものもあるんですけど、ズバリ求めているもの、私が求めているようなことについて答えを書いてくれる人はなくて、大体その聖書の解説的な形で何かを言う、あるいは日曜教会風に話をしているようなものをまとめるという形ではありましたですけど、書いてくれているものはなかったですね。そういう意味で、なかなか文献的には手に入らないものです。それを自分の勉強したものと実生活で経験したり周りですね、見聞きした友人知人先輩あるいは他の会社等での人の話とかいろいろ見聞きしたものの経験を加えて自分なりに考えを深めていったものについて書いてあります。その意味では今の20代の方に引き当てても20代半ばぐらいでこういうことが書けるかどうかといったらかなり難しいんではないでしょうか。そういうふうに思います。で結構愛についての総合的な哲学といいますか、思想にはなっているので、これだけ、書いてあるものはちょっとないから、聖書を読んでもこんなには書いてませんので、おそらくはキリスト教徒たちが読んでも、そういう聖職者が読んでも勉強になるという面はあるのではないかなというふうに読んでみたら分かるように、私が説いている愛っていうのは、世間で言ってる愛とか、あるいは恋愛小説なんかに書かれてる愛とかなり違っているっていうことは分かると思うんですね。でその違いの部分がそれが宗教家になっていく道であったということで、やっぱり言葉を足せば聖なる愛のことを言ってるんですね。セイントが持つような愛のことを求めているっていうところですね。だから人の悩み、自分の悩みも含めてそうですけれども、その気が付くまでの間は大抵の人の悩みっていうのはですね、他の人から愛されたかどうか、愛をもらったかどうかということの悩みが多いんですね。男女でも相手からどんな愛をもらったかということを考えて、愛が少ないとか乏しいとかいうことで 悩むとか、あるいは親の愛が少ないということで非行に走るとか、犯罪になるとかいう方もいらっしゃるし、学校の先生の愛が少ないということが悩みになる、友達の愛が少ないということが悩みになる、大体そんな感じですよね。で自分が他の人に愛を与えたかどうか、人を愛せたかどうか、今日一日人に対しその人の人生をプラスに転じる方向で何らかの生き方ができたかどうかという観点から自分はまだ至らない存在である、まだまだ今日の一日を無駄にしたかなと、いうふうなことを考えられる人っていうのはごくごく少ないことであろうかと思います。無意識のうちにそう考える方もいることはいると思うんですけどね。そういう与える愛というのをやっぱり、この時点で考えていたわけなんで、これはおそらくは当館の職員とか信者会員の皆様でもまだこの愛の教えいっぱい読んでても分かってない可能性は高いんではないかなと思いますね。やっぱり世間の普通と同じような反応をなさっている方が多いんじゃないでしょうかね。だから人がくれたかくれなかったか、愛をくれたかくれなかったかのに大体関心があって、それに基づいて相手を裁いたり責めたり怒ったりすることの方が多いと思う。これは週刊誌レベルが取り扱う例外でそう変わらないかもしれませんね。もうちょっと聖なるものを考えられるかどうかは難しいところかと思います。
Okay. So, Lauren, please have it. This is the book today we are.
Thank you. That's one,
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so actually, this book should be very first book of Happy Science, but there is no reputation, no social status of him at his 30 years old when he founded Happy Science. 30 years old man leads people, senior people than him. It's very hard. So he started with spiritual messages that was from Jesus Christ, Gautama Siddhartha, Socrates, and Confucius, so on. And then they read it, they followed him. And gradually, he revealed his true heart to believers. It took 30 years to reveal his first book. Yeah, it's planned in the heavenly world, maybe. So we are now still on the way to get this concept, love. Because if we humankind understand the true meaning of love, there's no hell, there's a utopia on earth. But still, we're on the way to believe in Lord El Cantare as creator of the universe. Especially in this country, Christianity is monotheism that prevent people from believing in other religions. Yeah, you are educated subconsciously, so you all tend to protect any other religion but Christianity. So you are designed like that. Then we are now breaking through the limit of this country of monotheism. Yeah, this is the wall that we are facing right now. And then now maybe this teaching of love, if it's infiltrated in this country, people will be awakened to the difference between the truth in Christianity and this book of Happy Science, because it's so profound, it's so condensed. You can see today maybe. And then maybe this will be the 3 series of the services. If I come back here, maybe the last chapter of this book, that will be very profound. that we have never seen in his teaching. This is the first book, but it is the most difficult book to understand, especially in the last chapter. You can see, yeah. So let's see, go deeper into it about the pure concept of love. Yeah. And this is a goal. This is everything. And then this is the end. As this book says, love is the teaching of the starting point and the ending at the same time. So our life's purpose is love. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go through to the prologue, The Monism of Love, October 11th, 1982 in New York. Yeah. So this is his 25 years old. And then this concept, developmental stages of love, was sent at the very beginning stage of his great enlightenment. He's 24 years old, such as the words love, nurture, forgive. Love, nurture, forgive. These words was given to him at his great enlightenment at his 24. And now then he had been contemplating on these words and created the theory of developmental stages of love. And it is now combining two civilizations, Eastern and Western ones. So this is a heavenly plan, God's plan. Now we are on the God's plan. So this is a concept of prologue, the monism of love. This is explaining all of the concept of love, right? Please read carefully. The monism of love. We live in a world where only love exists. The emotions of hatred, jealousy, and anger do not stand against love. Much less, they have no power to challenge this world where only love exists. Hatred is born from misunderstanding, jealousy from a lack of love, anger is a form of foolish self-love or ailing self-love that comes from the desire to protect oneself. If we realize that this world is a world of monism of love and know that the sun is brightly shining high up in the sky and ceasingly shedding its light even on cloudy days and rainy days, then our hearts will always be filled with happiness. If we can believe that we are living in a world where only love exists, we can surely live for love and die for love. If you can truly live for love and truly die for love, then all humans, who else will you be but a winner of life? Or we are indeed living in a world of love only, of light only. From this perspective, yeah, hatred is just against love, all right? So hatred is born from misunderstanding, and jealousy is a lack of love, and then foolish self-love or ailing self-love is coming from self-preservation, like animals do, right? So this is a monism of love. From the perspective of love, there's a illness or disease state of lacking love or misunderstanding or just preserving their lives. That is the opposite side of love. Yeah, just a disease or misunderstanding or lacking of love. Yes, There's no hatred, there's no jealousy, there's no self-love in essence. Okay, so there's a love itself. Only love exists in this world, but if you see disease, there's a lack of love. There's a misunderstanding of love. Yeah. So this is a perspective of monism of love. This world was created by love. This world is manifestation of love. So we see the lack of love. We see misunderstanding of love. That's it. But behind that, love is shining. If we see the behind scenes, we can see love in everywhere. Okay, this is a premise. And then next prologue, the development of love and the path of self-establishment. So by the theory of the developmental stages of love, I mean the developmental stages of love that gives. So at the basis of love is a feeling of holy oneness of the self and others. So this is a very important part. You can see love from holy oneness of the self and others. This is a fundamental understanding about love. Even now, we are standing on the basis about love based on holy oneness of the self and others. Okay, we are in the essence the same. We are love itself in essence. In this sense, we are same. Yeah. So you understand me and I understand you. There's a bridge. Yeah. But if you misunderstand me and I misunderstand you, the bridge was broken, right? So we cannot understand. That's it. But we are in essence same. If you see the others separate beings, that's just misunderstanding. We are the same being in essence. Okay. So, and the oneness of the self and others is based on the premise that you are a great being who you can love yourself and not someone to be rid of. Okay. So chapter 1, the developmental stages of love. So this is the describing developmental stages of love. You remember the first stage, fundamental love. Second stage, nurturing love. Third stage, forgiving love. This is the words love, nurture, forgive. Yeah. These 3 stages in love. Okay, we're gonna go. If we see life through the monism of love, we should be allowed to value love as our life's goal and see encounters with various kinds of love as a measure of our growth as human beings. Okay, so you see love as a measure of our growth as human beings. There is a stages. So if you see love from the stages, you can know where you are now, which stage you are now standing on. Okay, in the following section, I would like to define love that is described in various ways as stages of development, not as different kinds. So that means he describes one love that was described as a various stages. So not a different kind of love, right? He describes one love as it has a stages. Okay, so you can see the stages to understand what love is. Okay, if you understand whole stages, you can understand just love itself and discuss the hypothesis that there are different stages of human growth. So we are going up to the ladder as the stage of love, in parallel to the developmental stages of love. Yeah. So please check and see if you are at the stage, yeah, in which the developmental stages of love explains. The love I am talking about here is altruistic love, and I regard love for oneself or self-love as a stage before love. Yeah. But you read a novel in this world, or you see the drama in the TV show, there are also almost the stage before love. So love is love because it belongs to human beings. So self-love, which is a kind of love that can also be found in animals, and in a sense, plants, cannot be called true love because this love has yet to evolve into egoless love. So love is egoless. Otherwise, love is not love. So that love is just an instinction of animals, like a sexual intercourse of love. Okay. So we need to know what is a fundamental love, distinctioning from animals' love. Okay. This is very difficult stage, but this is fundamental stage of love. It's corresponding to the fifth dimensional world. It's called mostly heaven. So love is not for oneself, but for others. This means love is egoless in the previous words. To know this is the first stage of love, which is fundamental love. When you are at this stage, at least you are not harming others and are living as a good citizen. So I think you are at least here, but please see others where they are right now. From the perspective nurturing love, especially. This is corresponding to the sixth dimensional world. This nurturing love is the love of a leader, the love of those who stand in a position of guiding others. Yeah. Its power, influence, and depth of insight into human beings surpass fundamental love, which is something that each individual experiences in the course of their life. Okay. Fundamental love. Yeah. Whereas fundamental love can be said to belong to personal love, this nurturing love can more or less be called public love. Yeah. So this love is the love that you are practicing in your workplace, maybe as a leader. Then, however, even this wonderful nurturing love has its limits. People at this stage of nurturing love are, in general, highly talented. However, ironically, shortcomings specific to talented people will restrict this love. That is because the love that tries to nurture others sometimes manifests itself as a tendency to criticize and blame other people's shortcomings because they are talented. Yeah, they are standing higher than the others, other followers, so they can see them as people who have many shortcomings because you are advanced than them. It's so natural. Then there is a pitfall to going back to the love that is taking before the fundamental love. Okay, so we are just like going back and forth around this stage. we have nurturing love, but going back to before fundamental love. It's taking love. Before you criticize people a lot, and then your state of mind is attuned with kind of like a hellish, and then you are starting over again from the fundamental love with love that you give unconditionally, right? And then such a thing of jealousy makes you going back and forth, because if you are a leader in your company or in your workplace or in your community, you are surrounded by the same kind of leaders. And then there's a competition in subconscious mind. Yeah, they are superior to me, or they are inferior to me, or something like that. You see this world that way, and then jealousy comes out from your mind easily. This is a function of our mind. So it's naturally happening. And then you need to know this is a challenge to you that encourages you to have forgiveness, right? There's a next stage from nurturing love to forgiving love. Yeah. If you don't have forgiveness, you cannot surpass this nurturing love stage, because you have a jealousy in your mind. Sometimes, if you are beyond this world, jealousy doesn't come out from you, but you are in this world, always it challenges you if you have true forgiveness or not. This is our life. So the next stage will be forgiving love. This is the stage of angels corresponding to seventh dimensional world in heaven. Nurturing others is possible if we have talent. However, forgiving others is hard to practice for us ordinary people who are yet to have the power of virtue or generosity beyond talent. So virtue or generosity is beyond talent. Talent belongs to the sixth dimensional world, nurturing love. But virtue or generosity belongs to seventh dimensional world, forgiveness. So this forgiving love can be found mainly among philosophers, religious professionals, and educators. Those who know themselves, know others, and know the secrets of the world cannot help but be tolerant to others. Okay. So you need to be progressing to this stage with the knowledge of this world, knowledge of the mind of humankind, and you can see through the other's mind easily in this stage. So we need to practice it. If you can do, you are like angels. You can save others very easy. Okay, this forgiving love, right? However, even this forgiving love is not perfect. That is because the heart of forgiving others contains, it's difficult, the willingness to forgive others after acknowledging their evil as evil. As long as you are caught up in the dualism of good and evil, and are approaching good people with fundamental love and evil people with forgiving love, I must say you have yet to know the essence of the idea of love. Oh no, this is so difficult to understand, to practice. Then forgiving love stage needs to be already nurturing love. Then nurturing love needs to divide good from evil. So you are in dualism in this stage in nurturing love. but you surpass this stage and you can see, as he said, the love of monism. Okay, monism of love. You can see evil thing in others as just like a misunderstanding. And then someone is regarded as evil, but in essence, if we understand someone, he is doing in his justice, right? But if people around him cannot understand him, that was judged by people as evil. Okay. If we have a capacity to embrace someone, he will be regarded as good sometimes. This is our discipline to view others in a correct way. Right. So sometimes, but I need to say, Christianity people leap from fundamental love to forgiveness. So they go through, they don't think about nurturing love. Their needs to judge good from evil in the sixth dimensional world before forgiveness, because such giving money to the poor does not bring up them, right? Sometimes. But they need wisdom to help themselves. But just giving money, just forgiving them, sometimes doesn't work for them to be an independent people. So this is Christianity tendency to ignore the stage of nurturing love. This is a kind of rational work or intelligent work to tell good from bad. So there is a stage of nurturing love before forgiving love. So you need to know both are needed in forgiving love stage. You see, you can tell good from bad. At the same time, you can go beyond that, right? Then you cannot judge their mistakes. You cannot judge their shortcomings, knowing their faults. Just this is called forgiveness, yeah? Not just forgiving them unconditionally, just like that, yeah? So just forgiving is indulging them, but forgiving love is very strong and powerful than just forgiving, than just make it easy. All right. There's a big difference between the love in Christianity and the love in happy science. Yeah. There's a stages. Yes. Okay. Without it, we can not save them. We just make them in the foolishness. Yeah. We just leave them in the ignorance. We need to tell good from bad and tell them about the true way of humankind. Yeah. So the acts of loving, nurturing, and forgiving are different expressions of love. It's important, and they do not represent love itself. Love is not an act. It is something inherent, a reality, and a real entity. It's so philosophical saying. So you see, what is love? Yeah, you need to see that entity of love, not the aspect of love. Yeah, nurturing love, forgiving love is just an aspect of love. If you see all the stages, like I said, not passing nurturing love into forgiving love, No, you don't see the entity of love. If you see fundamental love, nurturing love, and forgiveness, you see love itself, the entity of love. Okay. And then next will be the stage where you can see love itself. Love incarnate, that is equivalent of our eighth dimensional world, archangels realms. So love incarnate is not the sort of love found in one's thinking, speaking, or acting. It is love in the sense that a person's very existence in this world is love for us all. When the person passes by our lives, the candle of love is lit in our hearts. Such a person is the embodiment of love incarnate. To put it another way, love incarnate dwells in great character. It is a power of influence that gushes out from noble character, which will surely inspire people. Without a doubt, at the ultimate level of love incarnate are saints and great figures. The very fact that such people lived at a particular time is a love for us all. Their very existences are love itself. They themselves are love, and they exist as if love exists. They have the power to make people feel the presence of something holy. This is a level that love will ultimately reach. Yeah. In this stage, you can see you are love itself. Yeah. So if you are love itself, you can live like this. Yeah. This is a ultimate stage of love that you embody in yourself. Yeah. We need to aim at this state. And then you can know the entity of love. And then you are the same being as the entity of love. You can see yourself, love. Oh, I'm love itself. Yeah. And then you can see this world as same as love. Yeah. Beautifully. So this is a monism of love. Maybe you can understand here what love is. So if we reach the state of the fourth stage, love incarnate, we can see what love is in your daily life. You act like love itself. If you go through the people, among the people, you are seeing like love itself. Yeah. All right. And then this book's significance is where love and enlightenment is the same term. Yeah, like this. So enlightenment is described by Eightfold Paths: right view, right speech, right action, right living, right thought, right effort, right will, and right meditation. These are the steps in Buddhism way, Eastern terminology, Eightfold Path. Then we are reflecting on ourselves. We can do right view, or we can do right speech in daily life. So we can do right action in the workplace. We can live in the right way in our lives. We can think in the right way in our life. We can make an effort in our life. We can make right will. We can plan our right in the correct way, or we can meditate in the right way. These are the steps towards like a love incarnate. He describes in the developmental stages of love. So by this theory, Buddhism and Christianity are combined as one, because it's the aspect from one source, but it's now appearing as a different religion in front of us, just like that. All right. So yes, like this, if you are in the forgiving love, you are like these great figures. So in the angels realm, seventh dimensional world, there are great figures. From the left-hand side, Mother Teresa. And then is this someone, maybe I believe Rockefeller. And then next will be Henry Ford. There's angels of wealth. And then next will be Andrew Carnegie. That wrote the book of Gospels of Wealth, right? And then next will be the Steve Jobs that founded Apple. And then the Walt Disney, Michael Jackson is here too. And next will be Beethoven, the musician. And then eighth dimensional world from the left-hand side, who is it? Einstein, yeah. And the next, Abraham Lincoln. And next, Thomas Alva Edison. Yeah. And the next will be Socrates. And the ninth dimensional world that is not described in this book, but we go Ganji in India. And then Confucius in China. And Jesus Christ, Moses, Newton, right? And then Zeus. These are the saviors on earth. And then Shakyamuni Buddha is a center of these saviors. All right. Okay, so you can see from a view of developmental stages of love like this. Yeah. If you go up to the higher stages in the ladder of developmental stages of love, so fourth dimensional world is a realm of fairies. Fairies, so soul of plants or animals are there in the fourth dimensional world. At the same time, hell is here in the fourth dimensional world. After we passed away and then we go to hell or heaven, there's a stage dividing hell or heaven in the fourth dimensional world. If you go to heaven, you are in the fifth dimensional world. That is a stage corresponding to fundamental love. You are good people. Then you are living in the fifth dimensional world. And next, sixth dimensional world, that is equivalent of nurturing love, like scholars, good politicians, and then so on, the experts.
What are the numbers? Oh, I can see like there's a 20,000. What does that mean?
Oh yeah. This is population in the heavenly world.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you good point. So third dimensional world, now 7 billion people, right? And then in the heavenly world, fourth dimensional world, 15 billion people there. Fifth dimensional world, 26 billion people there. And then sixth dimensional world, 8 billion people there. That is decreasing towards the top of the realm. So seventh dimensional world, just 20,000. Then eighth, fifth, 500. And ninth, 10 people over there. Okay, so it's difficult to climb up. It says, yeah. Then you can see the fourth dimensional world, including hell, is closer to this world. So you can see hell is very huge influence, but it's just closer to us. If your state of mind go beyond farther to the heavenly world, hell is just like a small pond in front of your garden, like that. It's not, you're not afraid of it. But if you are immersed in this world, you cannot be afraid of hell. Yeah, You can have fear in your mind because you don't know the real world, heavenly world. Heavenly world is greater than this world and hell. Hell is just like a pond. And then great river of love is streaming from the source towards three-dimensional world. You can see that is a great power. Yeah. And then if you climb up to the stairs, there's less population. So it means it's difficult to climb up. Yeah. And then you can see the stages of love. If you return to heaven, you go where your state of mind is corresponding to. The average is judged. So you can have sometimes forgiveness in your mind when you are very working hard to practice teachings. And then you are forgiving others, but sometimes not. If you are illness or something like that, you cannot forgive easily. And the average is judged throughout your life. And that decides where you can return to. Okay. Right. So moments of love and the presence of love. This is describing the difference between fundamental love and primitive love. Primitive love means love before love. Okay. Maybe that was shown in the TV shows, many books in the bookstores, like a three-dimensional love. Okay, you can go. So it's astonishing fact that words themselves are not love. Actions themselves are not love either. The presence of love cannot be proven by words or actions. Love is felt when it is in motion. A gentle gaze is not love itself. It is a moment for us to feel love. Love exists between people. Love exists in the interactions between people. Love exists as people live together. And love itself is felt through words, actions, and thoughts. It is a sense of presence. Indeed, you cannot come to perceive love as a real entity unless you actually experience a highly contemplative life. But people can feel the presence of love through various moments of love, and through sensing the presence of love, they eventually come to realize that love is a real entity. Love exists between people, yeah? But thus, there are several stages for people to walk on the path to love or on the path to supreme love. The first is the primitive stage of love. This stage involves admiration, passion, interest, curiosity, and attraction towards the opposite sex. These are primitive love. At this stage, people are still emitting immature thoughts to others. But in many cases, they misunderstand such thoughts for love. Yeah. Maybe almost all people, 99%, misunderstand it. Yeah. Such as admiration, passion, interest, curiosity are the very good things, but it's not true. And attraction towards the opposite sex is not love itself. It's like a primitive love, not spiritual one, right? So, however, it is between people that love exists, not in one-sided feelings. Yeah, maybe it's describing romance. Romance has one-sided feelings. Yeah, in this sense, I call this the primitive stage of love. And the second stage is where people believe the moment of love to be love itself. So actually, the moment of love is not love itself, he says. But we need to know what is a moment of love in the second stage, and then you can see love itself. Yeah, kind words expressed to others, kind words received from others, an act of kindness, offering a service, a smile, a thank you letter, or consideration for your loved one. These certainly remind us of love, and in some cases, they may be described as love, but these are just moments, not love itself. Yeah. You can slightly understand the difference between love and the moments of love. Yeah. For example, donating to people in need or raising funds for the less fortunate is a good deed originating out of love. However, good deeds themselves are not love itself, even though they are moments to attain love. The third stage is where people can feel the presence of love through the moments of love. So if you can give the smile to others or kindness to others, that's the moment that you can understand love. Yeah, love exists. Love itself exists, but yeah, you can do love through you. Love manifests itself. This is a very big difference between true love in happy science and a common love. Yeah, you need to see love itself. Take the example of two lovers. The second stage is where they are so anxious that they have to constantly confirm their partner's love through words. I love you. Okay, and I love you. Something like that. Whereas in the third stage, they enjoy just being together, or their happiness grows just by being together. Even if they are apart, they feel like they are connected through a large, invisible pipe, or they can immediately understand what the other is thinking, as if by telepathy. Spiritual stage, okay? At such times, they certainly feel the presence of something invisible. You need to know something invisible to understand the entity of love. In terms of the previous example of donating to the less fortunate, the second stage is where you make a donation because you think it is a good thing to do, right? You need a reason. The third stage is where you make a donation because you feel deeply blessed for luckily being in a position to do so and feel a natural sense of oneness with those at the receiving end and welling up from within, naturally. At such times, you can certainly feel the presence of love through the moment of making a donation, okay? So if you act like this is an opportunity to understand love itself. And then, if you intentionally do so, love is flowing through you to the receiving end. Yeah, but not you, but love acts instead of you. Love is existing through you. This is concept of difference between moments of love and the presence of love. You need to recognize it. The fourth stage is where you can recognize love as a real entity as we go through. At this stage, you can see love. You can clearly see the love that dwells in people's hearts and the magnetic field of the energy of love working between people. You can see love between people. You do not feel the presence of love through the kind words of others. Rather, you feel that the kind words were given to you as a result of the working of love as a real entity. Yeah, now maybe you can see love here, okay, invisibly. All right, so let's listen to testimony from one member from Los Angeles. Yeah, it describes the presence of love. Okay.
My name is Nina Watare Kamwene, and I'm from Los Angeles, Torrance branch office of RH, USA. I am from Africa, and when I left Africa 31 years ago, I am very, very upset with my mother. I'm angry, very, very sad, because when I was growing up, there was a war in Africa. My father is gone fighting for the war, and I am very little. I have to raise my brothers, four brothers and 2 sisters, so I'm working very hard. I have no clothes, and I'm crying, and my mother is working for many, many hours. So I hate my mother. I really hate my mother because I don't get to be a child, you know. I have a little girl, 16 years old, and my husband is from New Zealand. So every year my husband takes the child to New Zealand. And he says, are you going to take the daughter to Africa? And I don't want to go to Africa because I don't want to have anything to do with my family. So last year, my husband was, please take Janine to Africa, please, to see your mother, okay? Because my daughter has never seen my mother. She always goes to New Zealand to see his mother, but never my mother. Then I meet the information of IRH in October of the year before. So I'm thinking, I'm reflecting, I'm thinking about love. I'm thinking, oh my God. I didn't see my mother for 31 years. And I'm thinking, my daughter and me, if I don't have my love with my mother, how can I have love with my daughter? So I am reflecting, I'm thinking, I must forgive my mother, but it's very difficult for me to forgive my mother. So I go to Africa and I take my daughter. My mother did not see me for 31 years. My mother is old. She has no teeth. And I come and my mother says, what, my baby, what? She's so happy to see me. You know, after 31 years, because my baby, she's pinching me. She goes, oh, my baby, I love you, I love you. And I'm thinking, oh, my God. It's my mother, and all these years I don't want to talk to her. And my daughter is watching, you know, me and my mom. And it's beautiful because my mother just loved me. And for 31 years, I don't have any love from my mother. So I come back, and my daughter and I, we have a very good relationship now. You know, my daughter and I is very good. If mother and child have no love, how can you understand the love of Buddha for us? Because Buddha is like our mother or father. If my mother and me, we have no love, then Buddha, how can I know that Buddha loves me? I want to be a bodhisattva of light. But how can I be a bodhisattva of light if I don't have love, if I don't have knowledge, if I don't have forgiveness, reflection? How can I? Bodhisattva of light is the level number 7 for forgiving love. If I don't forgive my mother, how can I come to teach forgiving love? It doesn't work. And we think about our husbands. Because my husband always said, please, Nina, call your mother on the phone. No. He goes, Nina, write to your mother. I said, no. My husband always reminding me, and I always said, no. And my daughter, she goes, Mom, why are you angry at Dad? Because Dad in heaven agreed to remind me when I come here, to remind me about love. And my baby girl, she reminds me too. The 2 of them, all the time they're on my case, always. So upstairs when we're talking about nature of love, I'm thinking, why these 2 people in my life, my husband and my daughter? Because if I don't have these 2 people, I would never remember. I go to hell because I would never remember to love my mom. Now that I can love my mom in Africa, then I can love my daughter in America. And my husband is like the one who's bringing us together like this, you know? And then when I study the laws of Master Okao, then I can say, I know how to love. I have the information, knowledge. I know how to reflect, to forgive. And then I can develop to Baba Satsu. But I have to do it here, you understand? So this is very important to me. And because I was raised Christian, I have no idea about this. In a Christian religion, they say, love your mother, love your father. Okay. But I don't like my mother. They don't give you step by step on how to do this. So the reflection here is very important because it allows me to learn how exactly what does it mean to love my mother. It's because my mother is an angel from heaven to remind me how God loves me. So if I remember this, then I can accept the love of Buddha. Yesterday in the class, I say, I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to come back. And Master Imai said, no, you have to come back. I said, no, I don't want to come back. And now I know, because how can I not come back? I didn't finish my work. I want to go to stay in heaven, but I've too much work for me here. So now I am very happy. Buddha is very sad, because Master Hoka said, I need people to help to bring this information. And now I know my role in life. I was born in Africa. I live in America. What am I doing in Japan? Please, see, why am I in Japan? Because Buddha bring me from Africa to America to Japan to remind me that I am here to bring the light. Excuse me. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you. This describes that everything that we learned today. So actually there are many things in it. Firstly, she understood his mother's feeling in her childhood. In her childhood, she cannot understand her mother's feeling, but she's right now a mother. And she understood how the mother is working hard. And then this understanding makes her big difference. Yeah. So here we can say the misunderstanding of love makes us like hatred. So but there's only love. If you have hatred in your soul, heart, you just misunderstand others. Yeah. So remove it from your mind to know the truth. And then you can love others. And the next point, second point, is important for us to understand love is an entity. And if we are not attuned with love itself, there's no love in our heart. Like she said, she has a hatred towards her mother. And then at the same time, she has a same relationship with her child, as same as the relationship with her mother. There's some kind of distraction in her mind that push back love coming into her heart. There's a cloud in her heart that prevent love from coming into heart. So there's a wrong relationship with her child. All right. If your heart is attuned with true love, your relationship will be fine. But if you have something cloudy in your mind, the relationship around you will be wrong in some point. But if you find wrong with your mind, remove it. And then you can make your relationship better, right? It's up to you, up to your mind. All the cause came from your mind. Your relationships in front of you were created by your mind. So let's focus on our mind, cleanse our mind, remove our dirt on our mind, cloud on our mind, remove it. And then you can be on the right track. The relationship around you will be better before you remove your crowd. Okay, so let's go back to the stages of love. Yeah, you need to love others without wanting any reward. Yeah, in this fundamental love, fifth dimensional world, very, yeah, very fundamental stage. Okay, it's very difficult, even though it's difficult, but you can go further to the sixth dimensional world, nurturing love. You can tell good from bad and education people. But when you are in the stage, you have to find fault with others. You sometimes criticize others, but please hold back from it. And going back to the fundamental love. Love is forgiving, full of forgiveness. And then you can go beyond nurturing love to the forgiving love. All right. If you at this stage, your love will be completed. Your love, your heart is very closer to love itself. And then love is working through you toward people around you. And your relationship will be better. Okay. So please be attuned with love itself in your daily life to remind you of giving love. Your life is meant to give love. Yeah. You are born to give love to others. You are here. The reason why you are meant to give love. You're destined to give love. You love others. That's why you are living here. All right. You remind yourself of it every day, every morning. All right. And then you can run up to the stairs. Okay. Yeah. So you are completing your stages of love, deepening your faith, understanding the view of this world, including the other world, not only this world. All right. Okay. So remember, you aim at seventh dimensional world to be an angel in this lifetime. Yeah. Master taught us all people can definitely become angels to be in the sixth dimensional world. But there's a strong, hard war between seventh and the sixth to be an angel. There's a far beyond. So you need to go beyond the war between seventh and sixth to be an angel. There needs strong power to determine to be an angel, to determine to change your life into giving love. All right. It needs determination. Right? And then the determination comes from meditation. If you see the other world, value the perspective that the other world is still existing right now. And then this world is only temporary. The other world is your home, true home, where you need to go back after this life. From the perspective, you can determine to give love to others in this day, in this lifetime. Okay. All right. Yeah. So knowing these steps of the realms or stages of love. Listen to Master's lecture, the ultimate meditation, and then we go into meditation.
さて、その瞑想の極意をもう一度捉え直してみますと、どうなるかというと、これも私なりに出していましたが、まず第一に、神仏の実在を信じきるということだということですね。これが分かってなくて、瞑想はありえない。善というものを神や仏を否定し去った境地だというように言うけれども、そんなもんでは決してない。それは分かっていないだけである。自分が知らないだけである。知らないのは本人の責任であるけれども、これを他に言ってはならない。間違いである。こう私は言い切っておきます。なぜなら、神や実在界の高級書類がなかって、瞑想は成り立たんのであります。これで成り立つなら、これは三次元の先ほど言った念の集中でありますし、そういうものなんですね。三次元波動の中で思いを集中するだけのことであって、この神仏の存在や、あるいは高級霊の存在を認めなければ、そもそも受け身の状態に入って彼らの指導を受け、光を受けるというこの状態は成り立たんのであります。それゆえにこの議論はこういうことになるんであります。第2は、自我が欲、自分の私利私欲のためだけに瞑想を使ってはならないということですね。これも同じであります。瞑想の状態というのは、心を受け身の状態にしていって、こういう高級霊界との交流を可能にする状態を言うんですから、私利私欲、自我が欲でいっぱいになっておったら、受けるはずはありません。受けられません。彼らの光も指導も受けられるはずもないのです。それゆえに、この第2が出てくるわけであります。自分を高めていくことは、結局において神の心をこの地上に実現していくために必要なのだと、書いてあります。そういう気持ちでの瞑想が必要で、悪想念を持ってやってはならん。また3番目に挙げてあることは、瞑想というのは、極意を言うと、実在世界の在り方というものを視点として、この世をもう一度見回すことによって、本来の人生の在り方を総点検する、確認するという意味だ。瞑想をたらしめるのは、一旦三次元を離れた目で自分を見、世界を見るということだと、こう書いてありますね。ここに3つの極意を書いてあるけれども、これを違った角度から説明してみましょう。どうなるか。第一の神仏の存在を、実在を信じきる。これは6次元です。わかりますか？これは深海のレベルなんですね。心理知識というものをなくしての6次元存在はありえないんですね。少なくともこれが通過できなければ6次元の段階までいけないんです。心の波長はこれ以上のところ6次元以上に通じないんですね。第一段階通らなければ。これ信じてない人だからそこまでいかないんです。高級霊の人は絶対受けられないんです。だからいいですか？そして第2点、自我が自分の私利私欲だけに使ってはならん。これ7次元の世界です。そうですね。愛のために生きているのが菩薩の世界ですね。したがってこの2番目は、菩薩の世界に賭けをするためにどうしてもこれが必要なんです。これなければ菩薩の世界に賭けをできないんです。箸をかけられないんです。この私利私欲のために使っちゃいけない。もっと言えば、愛他のために、積極的に言えば、愛他のための瞑想であれというところまでいきます。これが菩薩の世界からの指導を受けるための方法であります。では3番目のこの実在世界の在り方というものを視点として、この世をもう一度見回す。本来の人生の在り方を常に点検する、確認する。これが完全にできるというのは何でしょうか？如来そのものであります。如来というのは法そのもの、法が分かるということ、神の気持ちが分かるということ、神の立場に立った判断ができるということ、あらゆるケースに関して神の意はここにある、こういうお考えである、その問題に対してはこう考えるのが神の意に即している、これが分かるのが如来であります。そして常に間違いのない指導ができることを言います。結局瞑想のこの究極は如来まで行くということです。この3つの瞑想の極意は深海、菩薩界、如来界のそれぞれの存在条件であるということを肝に銘じ、瞑想の発展段階を味わってください。以上です。
Okay, so we are going to the moon meditation, golden butter meditation, in the other words. So this took a long time to go to this meditation, but if you complete this meditation, you feel full of light in your health, and then you can see yourself as a light itself. I mean, love itself as a golden ball of light in you, and that is your essence. So in this state, you can see others as same as you as a light, as a love. So let's practice just 8 minutes. The at trust, the meditation of golden butter melting into you.
Meditation of melting butter was developed by a Zen master named Hakuin. As he was very poor in health and suffered a lot from illness, he tried hard to cure it through meditation practice. One evening, he was inspired to develop a healing method called the meditation of melting butter. When he practiced it, his illness was immediately cured. What was believed to be incurable was healed completely. At that time, he experienced an indescribable joy. Hakuin is said to have experienced several major enlightenments. He seemed to be a master of intuitive joy. This meditation of melting butter is literally to practice imagining a lump of butter on top of your head. Imagine this as you sit in meditation. The butter gradually melts down to cover your entire body. It flows down, covering you, and seeping into you as well, first oozing into your brain, then to your eyes, throat, and nose. Your entire body is filled with this melted golden butter. When your entire body is filled from head to toe, you become a shining figure of brilliant light. The main concept of this meditation is to fill your body with the light of heaven. By filling the body with light that oppose the light will be driven away. After filling up with light, you try to concentrate this light in your abdomen, called the tanden. This is the idea of this meditation. It is relatively easy to practice. When you fill your body with light, you can easily imagine to concentrate the light in one place. Through this process, you can introduce the light of heaven to your body, using your power of imagination. Now, let's practice the meditation of melting butter. Please straighten your back. Close your eyes lightly. Imagine that a lump of golden butter is on top of your head. This butter is filled with the light of God. It is slowly melting down. It is melting from the heat of your passion to seek the truth. The melted butter will gradually flow into each strand of your hair. Go down to your forehead, eyebrows, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and into the brain as well. This golden butter seeps into the wrinkles of your brain. It goes down to your throat. Then your left shoulder and right shoulder will be filled with this golden light. Then your right and left arms will be filled with golden light. Before you know it, the golden butter has become your blood itself and is circulating through your whole body. Your heart is filled with the golden light. In your lungs, stomach, and intestine, this shining golden liquid is spreading and flowing through. Then, from your chest to abdomen, and abdomen to thigh, the golden light will flow.
そうして
It
右
will
足の
continue
つま
through
先
to the tip of
左
your
足のつま
toes.
先まで流れて行きます。足
The
の
light
爪の指
will fill
その
each
一枚一枚
and
の
every fingernail
光は
of your
落ちて
feet.
きます。体
Your
全身
whole
が
body
今
is
金色に
now
輝いてい
shining
ます。
gold.
金色の光で
Golden
満ち
light
ています。
is filling your
内から
body.
も外からも
You are filled
金色
with
の
the
エネルギ
energy
ー
of golden light
満たされてい
from
ます。
both outside and
しばらく
inside.
この金
Soak
色の光
yourself
の中で
in this golden light for a while.
浸らせてください。で
Then
は
let's collect this golden light which fills your body
金色
to
の
the
光
tendon area
このバターのエネ
and
ルギ
the
ー
abdomen.
今丹田を中心としたこのお腹の部分に集めてみましょう。女性であれば
Like an
ちょう
unborn
ど
baby
胎児
in a
が中に
mother's tummy,
宿っているよう
a shining
そういう
sphere of light
に球体に
is being
光り
formed
輝く
in
もの
that
が
area.
出来上がりつつあります。
In the area
丹田
around your tanden,
丹田を中心とする
a sphere of light
球体の
is
光
being
が
formed.
集まりつつあります。
Please try to collect the light in your abdomen. Gaze at this shining sphere for a
そ
while.
れが皆さんの本当の
This is
姿
exactly the true nature of yourself. Now please open your eyes slowly.
Thank you, Lord, for your guidance. Yeah, from this perspective of love, we can reflect on ourselves a lot of times in a day even. So let's remind us of today's service every day, every night. I have, whether I have love in our mind or crowd in our mind, and then look at the relationships with others around you and reflect on yourself every day. If you are at the position to give love or take love. Okay. So today is a 7th day, 17th. So let's conclude reciting worship on the 7th day, Kigan Sutra for returning to heaven. It's allowed to recite on the 7th day, and that you have in your house, missionary house. I gave it to you already. All right. Worship on the seventh day, Kigan Sutra for returning to heaven. Lord Alcantara, the seventh is a day of victory. The seventh is a day of awakening. The seventh is the day of your birth. With the power of enlightenment, you defeat all evil in this world and save all humankind from suffering. Lord, the power of evil is defeated every day, and the victory march of the seventh day keeps on going. Lord, we'll discipline ourselves, and one day we'll make the seventh day of the seventh month the anniversary of the victory of having realized Buddha land on earth. We will tell the date of the Lord's descent to future generations. Lord, until that day, we will come to our temple to worship on the seventh day and report on the achievements of our missionary work. Lord, please assure us to return to heaven after this life. As children of Buddha, please allow us to take part in your work as your ardent disciples in our next life. Lord, we thank you deeply for hearing Kigan for returning to heaven, keeping the pledge of the seventh day in our hearts. Will achieve great victory as Buddha's disciples. Thank you, Lord Alcantara, for guiding us today. Okay, thank you for joining today. I'm very honored to have this service here in Kauai as a starting point of these services about love. So I always